Hello, world. Welcome to episode 51 of the Jimmy Canz Show. It's TLC prediction time, Rod.
Tables, ladders, and chairs.
Tables, ladders, and chairs this Sunday from the Thunderdome.
Is this the last show?
At Tropicana Field.
Oh, okay, this is the first show then.
Well, it's the first pay-per-view.
Yeah, the first big show at Tropicana Field.
Yeah. The first Thunderdome and Tropicana Field was Friday Smackdown, and then they did last night's Raw, so they got two under their belt.
Okay.
So
how have you been liking it? How have you been liking it in the at Tropicana?
I mean, honestly, like if they didn't tell you they were somewhere else, you wouldn't know because of the way that set is designed. I mean, you're all encased, so you don't really ever see any of the arena or stadium or whatever that you're in, so it doesn't look any different really to me.
Okay.
But right now we've got 6 matches on the card, so let's get into it. We'll kick it off with the matchup for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Champions, The New Day, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, defending against the Hurt Business, represented by Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, or as you like to call him, Cedric the Entertainment.
The Entertainment. Yeah.
So who you got in this one and why?
I'd like the Hurt Business to take the belts.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same thing on this one. I think they're right now all they really got is Lashley, so I think you got to give them something else. New Day can afford to eat an L here, and they really don't lose anything. They're still New Day. You know what I mean? They're right back in it. Put it on the Hurt Business, give them a little bit of a run, and for a while, it's something fresh, it's something new.
Absolutely, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking with the way that the Hurt Business is, like I said to you a couple episodes ago, I'm getting on board with the Hurt Business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really liking more than I thought I would what they're doing with that faction,
right.
And so it'll be hot to give them those tag team titles. I think having them on New Day right now doesn't do as much as I think having them on the Hurt Business.
I agree. Like I said, I think it makes more sense, to move them right now. So next up, we'll discuss the matchup for the Smackdown Women's Championship. Champion, the Boss Sasha Banks, defending against the new attitude, Carmella.
I think Sasha retains this one. I think it's one of those feuds that's more or less to let Sasha, kind of prove herself, and as not just obviously she's not a transitional champion, but to give her reign some depth. Give the resume of her reign a few names.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you again on this one. So right now we're in sync. We're both on the same page in the first two. So we'll see if we start to deviate any here. We'll go match number 3. Straight up grudge match. We got the Fiend against the Apex Predator, the Viper Randy Orton.
All right, so why don't we do this? In order to get a different result, let's try a different picking order. You want to go first?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Fiend in this one because, this is like a rekindling of their feud from a few years back, and Randy came out on top there. They did the whole what was it, the horrors match or whatever it was after he burned down the hut and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna say Bray gets his revenge in this one, so I'm gonna go Fiend.
All right, well, changing the order changed nothing because I'm also I think the Fiend got this one too. I think it makes more sense. I think he's hotter. I think I'm going to speak in terms of actual professional wrestling as if it was a sport. I think he has more momentum right now. I think he's, Randy's a franchise that's kind of trying to get itself back together. coming off that championship loss.
Yeah.
I hope I made Jim Ross proud right there with the way I called it.
So next we will discuss the matchup for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Raw Women's Champion Asuka and a mystery partner taking on the champions of Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. I mean, it was supposed to be Lana, but they wrote her off last night with an injury. So first off, who do you think the mystery partner is going to be?
Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to make a difference, but if I had to guess, Natalia, I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue.
You got nothing?
No, Natalia, I don't know if she.
Well, Natalia's on SmackDown.
So there it is. That's how much of a clue I have as to who it could possibly be.
I mean, it would be cool if they could pull it off. I don't think if they could get Kyrie to come back and, kind of reunite the Kabuki Warriors for one night. But I don't think that's going to happen, especially in the current climate.
Let's say that they could. Would that change your pick?
Honestly, I mean, they've done the double champion thing a couple of times this year. I don't think it makes sense to do another double champion, thing. Asuka doesn't need the tag title, right now. I mean, they need to put more focus on her as champion right now anyway. Why your Raw Women's Champions in a tag championship match doesn't make a lot of sense to me to begin with. So I don't think the partner really makes a difference. I think Shayna and Nia walk out still champions in this one. Hopefully it sets something up, for a feud for them, and we can move forward and then maybe split them up and let one of them get into the actual Raw women's title picture. So I'm going to say Shayna and Nia retain. Doesn't really matter who Asuka's partner is.
That was exactly what I was,
We are so in sync right now.
Hey man, Timberlake. We in sync like Timberlake.
This is TLC. We don't want no scrubs.
Yeah, there you go. There you see. We got all the bars, man. We got all the bars this week.
All right. So, next up, the first of two TLC matches. This one for the WWE Championship champion, Drew McIntyre, taking on challenger AJ Styles.
I think Drew retains. Even though the match, I can see it, making it competitive because of, the stipulation.
Mm-hmm. And
it helps to even out the obvious size and physical differences. But
I'm in agreement with you again. So we are going right downward. We are so in sync this month.
Don't worry, it's gonna split somewhere.
Well, there's only one more. And I don't think we're going to split on this one, I'll be honest with you. Because our last match is another TLC match. This one for the Universal Championship. Kevin Owens challenging head of the table himself, Tribal Chief, Universal Champion, Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
I got Roman.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, y'all tune in next month because we are hopefully.
I mean, this is just it's a very predictable show to wrap up the year. Let's be honest. I think TLC usually is. Because you're kind of wrapping up the year, and then next month we'll have Rumble, and and that's where you really spring off into where you're going, and so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to have a lot of change here. Now we can discuss one thing. The possibility of, like I said, we've got 6 matches. Obviously, 2 of them are TLC matches, which are usually a bit longer match, but they normally do 7 to 8 matches on a card. So what do you think? You think we're going to get a SmackDown tag team match, SmackDown tag title match between Ziggler and Rude against Street Profits?
Maybe on the show.
Maybe the kickoff, and then the other 2 possibilities, could have an IC title match. Big E going against Sammy. They've been kind of setting that one up. And then U.S. title is a possibility as well with Riddle challenging Bobby Lashley. Those are three other potential matchups we could get on this card. Maybe,
I hope that Riddle and Bobby Lashley match doesn't get thrown on this card because I think it's too good of a match. I would like for it to be kind of on the card where we know it's coming and they can really put the time into it to make it.
Yeah, not just added an hour before the show or during the show.
Yep.
Yeah,
Or even now.
Yeah, I think of those three, if they were to add one of those matchups, I'd like to see Big E and Sammy.
Yep.
But we'll have to see. So those are our TLC predictions, and got a.
So before we get on that, real quick, I don't want your Royal Rumble prediction. But I want your way too early top 5, and which can be changed before we on the actual prediction show. Final 5. You're way too early. Final 5.
Final 5 for the Rumble?
Yeah.
Oh,
yep. On the spot right now. No preparation. This is what they come to the show for.
Men's or women's?
Men's.
Men's. I will say Big E, Orton, I think he'll be healthy, and I think we get an Edge appearance in the Rumble. I think he'll make the final, few again. Let's see here. Maybe Braun. And oh man, last spot. It's usually the final 4 we discuss, not the final 5. We put me on the spot here.
There it is.
Throwing a monkey wrench at me.
That's what makes it good.
What?
That's what makes it good.
Yeah, that's what makes it. Let's say.
Because that's kind of a prospect. That's kind of a prospect spot, right?
I mean, like right now, it's like the names that are coming into my head. Almost all of them are Raw names. You know what I mean? So, there's Keith Lee is one that's kicking around in my head. But again, it's another Raw guy. Braun's a Raw guy.
What about Riddle? What about Riddle?
He's a Raw guy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like everybody that I'm thinking, like the only SmackDown guy I got in there right now is Big E. Let's see, Daniel Bryan.
There it is.
Daniel Bryan. You gotta have SmackDown represent a little bit there. So Daniel Bryan and Big E for SmackDown, and then my 3 Raw guys: Randy, Edge, and Braun.
All right. Well, and we got it on tape, so we can come back and check. You can make it.
Come back and check it out. Like I said, we'll see what happens in the next few weeks as we actually move into Rumble. So real quick before we close it out, next time that we come to you will be with our College Bowl prediction special. It is bowl season time. Give you a little teaser.
That was a nice opening there. I like that.
Yeah, we'll give you a little teaser here because we do have one bowl game this weekend. We have the Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl coming to you this Saturday, the 19th at 4:30 in the afternoon on ESPN2 from Frisco, Texas, Toyota Stadium, the American Conference's Southern Methodist University Mustangs coming in at 7-3, taking on the University of Texas at San Antonio Roadrunners from Conference USA coming in at 7-4. All right, Rod. Who you going with in this one?
All right, early on. I think I'm coming out the gates with the Mustangs.
Mustangs, huh?
Right out the gate. SMU.
You know, this is just one of those shows because I concur. And my rationale on this one is, just the crazy year that it is, familiarity, consistency, and everything like that seem to be playing heavy factors into a lot of things. And, Frisco, Texas is just outside of Dallas, which is, right where, Southern Methodist is located. So they're not going to really have any real travel. So, they'll probably be sleeping in their own beds, and all that kind of stuff, whereas San Antonio's on the other side of the state. So that's where I'm going with this. I mean, I think both teams are actually pretty evenly matched. But, I'm going with the lack of having to travel and the familiarity and all that went into SMU's edge.
Gotcha. So you feel like it's going to be the all the stuff leading up to the game is going to be a heavy variable in the performance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, it could be completely the opposite. The chance to get out and everything, could play to the Roadrunners' favor, but I'm not feeling it right now. So that's just, like I said, we got a lot more bowl games to get through. We'll try and, get that out next week sometime once the matchups are solidified.
That's one of our best shows of the year. Y'all make sure y'all come and check it out.
Yeah, it's a weird year. I mean, we've already had 5 programs opt out of bowl games. We've had 10 bowl games canceled.
What's crazy though is I still think that ultimately at the top, mm-hmm. we're still gonna have the best teams, like the best programs in the playoffs.
I think you're right there. Like I said, it's still a weird year. This college season really hasn't felt like a college season. You know what I mean? It's just been so odd. Like I said, nobody in stands or very few people in stands. The pomp and circumstance isn't there. Like college sports is so much about emotion.
The pageantry.
Yeah, and it's just not there this year. It's odd. It's an odd, strange year. You get hyped up for games, and then they're called off, and it's like.
But it's like I tell everybody, man. I've been trying to tell everybody. I think we've gone through more than we got left to go through with all this. Now, I think we're
there's definitely light at the end of the tunnel. I think now. I think the vaccines are out. Frontline workers and everybody are getting them right now, so it's only a matter of time. But the one thing that I want to know, and I haven't seen it discussed or addressed anywhere, if you're accept a bowl bid, or you qualify for one of the New Year's Six or a playoff spot, and everything like that, what if you have a COVID outbreak the week of the game?
I think it's just a forfeit at that point. I mean, here's why. It's already, look how hard it is already to try to hold this stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
It's already like taking and it's still falling apart with all the effort that it's taking just to make it to run this well, right?
Yeah.
I think at that point, if you have a COVID outbreak, I mean, I'm sorry. This whole year already got an asterisk by it. Don't trip. If you lose the national championship to COVID, it'll just be fitting for this year. But I think it's just too much to try to reschedule and try to get, because what if you have an outbreak and y'all postpone it and reschedule, and then the team has another outbreak?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I think at that point I think this year you can lose your national championship to COVID.
Well, like I said, it's just weird. Like, say you win the semifinal game,
mm-hmm.
and then you have an outbreak right before the championship game.
It's over.
It's just like, but the one thing that's so weird with is I haven't heard it discussed. I haven't heard it brought up.
And it's likely. That's the thing. It's not even like possible. It's probable. You see, it'd be hidden every week. It'd be hitting every week. So
I mean, every week there's games that are canceled or postponed, or I mean,
and it's not like if a team gets it once, it can't have another outbreak because everybody don't get it the first time. So then those other people who don't, and we don't know if getting it, how long the antibiotic, yeah. I think it's over. I think it's over.
Yeah, I just like I said, I haven't heard it brought up at all on any of the talking heads. Is there a contingency plan? Is there, nothing's been like, no. It's especially, like I said, if you win your semifinal matchup, and then you have an outbreak, then what happens?
Or the other option is if you lose, you have to stay. But see, that's the thing. That's why I think it's over. When the team lose, I was gonna say you can have it where if you lose in the semifinals, your team still could be on calls to get put. But see, it's how difficult it's gonna be to keep those kids around, and y'all still have to, if y'all are gonna be in a position to play, should you get called, y'all gotta still be having practices so dudes don't get out of shape. Like on the possibility of if COVID breaks out on the, you know what I mean? I think if it tear up, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah, like I said, it's just.
And we'll play again next year, y'all. Some of y'all go to the NFL. Some of y'all can't play no more. I don't know. But
yeah, like I said, it's just it's weird. Like I said, I just can't believe that nobody's brought it up on any of the different shows.
I kind of can't believe that people thought that this, or maybe they knew, but we all knew that it was going to happen, right? Playing football, they're like COVID was going to break out with people tackling each other from different regions of the planet. Groups of people from different areas are going to be running and falling and sweating in each other's faces. It was kind of not hard to connect them dots that it was going to be bad. The NFL hasn't been as bad though, has it?
Well, I mean, they've had some craziness too. I mean, like I said, San Francisco is playing their games in Arizona right now because they're not allowed to play in Northern California.
Teams have had outbreaks too, right?
Oh yeah, teams have had outbreaks. You've had, schedules have been shifted around. You had, the Steelers and their bye week was moved because of an outbreak, and then the Ravens had a shift thing, and then that matchup, and then they're had another. Yeah, then that game was supposed to be played, on Thanksgiving, and then it was pushed to Monday, and then it was pushed to Tuesday, and then it was pushed to Wednesday. It's like, Denver had that game where they didn't have any starting quarterbacks, and we're playing a practice squad wide receiver at quarterback.
And see, and you can't put the NFL in a bubble, no. like they did with the NBA.
No, I mean, because like I said, that was kind of brought up and discussed at one point in time about the potential, of trying to do a bubble for the postseason. But like I said, rosters are so much bigger than a basketball roster. And then because of that, like if somebody does get it and you're in that bubble, you're the whole bubble's, you know what I mean? Like it could be, it could be even worse. It's I don't know. I don't know what the solution is, what the answer is, like what they're going to do.
It just has to be over. Maybe you could do some sort of like one-time contingency, right? Like if you have the outbreak, if you can get clear, your team get clear within 10 days, we can have a 10-day grace period. Mm-hmm. But if y'all can't get clear within 10 days and it's like just keep running, like you lost to COVID, bro.
Yeah, like I said, it's just like I said, I just don't know what you do if you're one of your two finalists have an outbreak.
He lost. COVID is the best defender. They had the number one defense.
Well, like I said, hey, you want to go back to last March and everybody was doing their March Madness brackets. I'm like, I got COVID for the win.
Yeah, good call.
I said that back in March.
It won.
So there you have it. Though you got our TLC predictions. You got, a teaser. You got one bowl game prediction. So tune back in next week. We'll get through the rest of the bowl games once the whole bowl lineup is solidified. That happens this weekend. So play along with us. Give us your TLC predictions down below. Let us know who you think is going to win this Frisco Bowl. And then next week, play along with us again for all the bowls. And wherever you are, we hope you're doing well. Take care of one another, and we will see you when we see you.